Hello everyone, and welcome to my presentation. My name is Oleksiy Kovalchuk, and I am a PhD student of computer science at Khmelnytskyi National University, Ukraine. The name of presented study is Robust RPIC Detection using Deep Learning based on integrated domain knowledge. Here you can see all our team members who were involved into this research. In medical practice, electrocardiogram is an effective tool for identifying heart issues like irregular heartbeats, arrhythmia, etc. RPIC detection is a crucial step in the analysis of electrocardiogram signal. There are many RPIC detection methods and approaches with reported high statistic results, but the Poor and McFarlane performed analysis of RPIC detection methods and discovered that in most cases, high result was achieved with using large time tolerance, possibly 100 milliseconds or even more. For example, the direction of normal QRS complex is 100 milliseconds. So in this work, we focus on two goals. Develop novel approach to identify RPICs in the electrocardiogram signal by integrating domain knowledge into the input signal. Achieve high RPIC detection accuracy with low error tolerance. Within this work, we use datasets that consist of following four databases with annotated electrocardiogram signals. Before using electrocardiogram signals of databases, we had to perform some filtering. As for MIT database, we removed signals with number 180 and 207. Those signals were removed because the signal annotation doesn't correspond to peak apex. For Qt database, we removed records with not standard electrocardiogram signals. Example of removed signals you can see on this slide. After filtering databases, we go to creating training and testing datasets. By default, used databases have different signal frequency. We aligned the frequency of signals to 400 ticks per second to have ability to use those signals in the same training and testing datasets. Each signal was split into fragments with lengths 4000. Obtained fragments were split between training and testing dataset. As you can see from this diagram, the fragment created from MIT, Qt, and China Physiological Signal Challenge database were divided between training and testing dataset with proportion 70 and 30%. Additionally, 100% of fragment from the electrocardiogram database of University of Glasgow were included as independent testing dataset. This slide shows scheme of proposed method. As you can see, the method takes electrocardiogram signal as the input. Method processes signal in 3 stages and produces RPIC as a result of execution. In the first knowledge integration stage, we use basic knowledge that RPIC in the reference cardio cycle has a maximum deviation within cardio cycle. This slide shows algorithm used to generate this knowledge integration. The input for algorithm is electrocardiogram signal. On first step, we take 260 items of signal. This number was received in experimental way, and usually this is enough to capture cardio cycle. The algorithm looking for maximum deviation within captured fragment. If maximum deviation is not on the top of the wave, then algorithm goes to the first step and take next 260 items of signal. But if maximum deviation is on the top of the wave, then algorithm goes to the next step. Step 3 involves populating the output car array with knowledge. In this step, we determine global index of detected deviation within initial electrocardiogram signal. Subsequently, the car array is filled with the value 1 in the range plus minus 20 in respect to global index of deviation. This range typically covers the QRS complex, which includes the RPIC. The step 4, optimization oriented. It's aimed to avoid searching for the next maximum deviation theoretical RPIC immediately after the deviation detected in step 2, as RPIC appear at specific intervals. The outcome of the algorithm is the populated car array. The right side image shows visualization of overlaying knowledge on the electrocardiogram signal. On the second stage of method, the data is processed by convolution neural network model. The structure of this model is shown on this slide. The network model takes electrocardiogram signal with integrated knowledge as input. The output of model is a prediction of a peak location measured as a probability. The output of CNN model is passed to the post-processing stage. In this post-processing stage, we use approach with threshold to make CNN prediction discrete. So value below the threshold converted to 0 and value above the threshold converted to 1. Then all values equal to 1 are converted to indexes of R-peaks. Also need to admit the threshold is equal to 0.1 in our case. This slide shows confusion metrics that were generated as a result of testing proposed approach with using testing datasets. This slide shows example of detected R-peaks for different type of electrocardiogram signal. Red asterisk symbol indicate R-peaks according to database annotation, and the green cycle indicates the calculated position of R-peak by our methods. We also performed investigation of cases where statistical values were lower than usual. As for the first image, you can see that our method detected all R-peaks of electrocardiogram signal, but one peak is not annotated in the database. From the perspective of our method, it is good result, but according to annotation it is mismatch and decrease the statistical value. The second image shows a case when the R-peak annotated in database as a negative deviation, what is incorrect. Finally, we compare the statistical indicators like accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score for our and other methods. As you can see, for MIT NQT dataset, we obtained very high statistical indicator value for our methods. Also, our method shows high statistical value during the testing with the China Physiological Signal Challenge dataset. For independent dataset based on the electrocardiogram database University of Glasgow, our approach shows worse results. It means that this dataset contains electrocardiogram signals with characteristics that are absent or minimally present in the training set. As a result, CNN model may not be fully equipped to recognize the R-peak for such electrocardiogram signals. As a conclusion, I can summarize that we successfully developed the method for R-peak detection that uses knowledge integration about reference cardiac cycle into the input electrocardiogram signal. Also, our method shows high statistical results with using lower error tolerance. In our case, error tolerance is plus minus 25 milliseconds. As about further research, we are going to expand the set of clinical knowledge for integration into electrocardiogram signal analysis. Also, we are going to decrease the error tolerance and achieve even more precise results in R-peak detection. Thank you for your attention.